it's your girl, Africa Archield. I'm an intuitive business coach. If you're looking to go from where you are now to 500,000 and beyond, we need to talk. So love bugs, this is your May 2021 business energy reading. We've got 3 decks to choose from. I'm going to get right to the business here. Deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Again, deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. Make your choice of the deck that you would like to pick, either intuitively or you can look at the stones. If you need to take a moment, pause the video and meditate and pick the right deck for you. When you're done meditating, you can check out in the description below or in the comments for the timestamp for each of the deck. Deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, let's go. All right, deck choosers number 1, let's see what we have up for you. Our mantra is, I release my need to be perfect and I center into my commitment to serve the world more love. I release my need to be perfect and I center into my commitment to serve the world more love. What a beautiful thing for me in your business. So how can you serve? Through your business, through your acts, to serve the world more love. So we'll be looking at that and keeping that aside. If you want to, what I tend to do with my mantras is I write them down on a sticky note. I post them everywhere. The sticky notes everywhere. So I know what mantra's carrying me through the month. All right, so let's see here. What archetypes can we use to really bring this in for deck choosers? Number 1, what archetype can they rely on or really lean into? There we go. In their business at this time for May 2021. There's so much going on in the world that serving it up some more love sounds like a great thing. All right, so we've got 2 here. We've got the Virgin and Child Wounded. So the Virgin, the light attributes, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. The shadow, fear of intimate union. The Child Wounded, light attributes, awakens compassion and desire to serve others. Other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. The shadow is blaming all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. Resisting moving forward on through forgiveness. Now, both of these are really about bringing more love into the world. And of course, what does that mean right now in your business? What does it mean to lean on the Virgin and the wounded child? Right? That means really moving through what may have happened, moving through your presuppositions, right? Moving through the things that you think are right without ever really thinking them through. Those subconscious tapes running in your mind, right? And actually getting out there, moving past those things so that you can serve in a greater way, right? So let's take these, send to the side here and see what else we have. And for those of you who've never worked with me before, I have several decks around me, oracle decks, tarot decks, and I pick from the ones that really kind of draw me in. So I kind of built the deck as we go. Okay, transformation. So there's going to be some transformational aspects with Scorpio coming through. I really like this. For those of you in the numerology, this is card number 20. This is Scorpio. So you're going to lean into where your Scorpio is too, right? Along with leaning into these archetypes of the Virgin, the wounded child. And this is about transforming. So we're going to transform something in the business. And this actually is a really good time to do so. We're coming out of, well, we'll be out of Aries, we'll be in Taurus. And this is a time to really kind of plant those seeds of transformation. A really good time to be of service in a very strategic, planned way. You're allowed, at this point, you're allowed, I hate using that word allowed, I don't even know why I said it, but you can go slow. you have the time to stop, smell the roses, really assess what's going on in your business so that transformation can happen. And you may find, deck choosers number 1, that the transformation in your business is about how you provide transformation in the life of your clients. Okay, there might be a transformation afoot even there. For others of you, it's going to be, the bulk of you, it's going to be the transformation within yourself and a deepening, or with your clients. For a few of you, it's going to be transforming the business structure in and of itself. Okay, some of you, that might mean you're going to get, you're going to start hiring again or for the first time, which can be pretty darn exciting. Let's see what else we have going on here, and then we'll go for some steps. Deck choosers number 1. Let's see what else we've got here for you. May 2021, business energy. What else do we have here? Got a few more things that need to be looked at. Okay, we can look into our dreams. We can, as I always say, meditation and dreams. What 2 great things to pop up here? Which is how things will come to you if you take the moment. Remember a minute ago I said, slow down, smell the roses, really assess what's going on. In those moments of quiet, in those moments of stillness, whether it's dreams or meditation, is where you're going to know how best to serve the world with more love through your business. How best to deal with the transformations that need to happen, right? It will come to you. You have to allow for it. You have to provide the space for it. And typically we're in such go, 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 that we don't allow the space for things to happen. So this is reminding you, deck choosers number 1, to slow down. You know, the caterpillar doesn't become a butterfly overnight. It takes time in that cocoon for that transformation to happen, right? Slow down, meditate, allow yourself to dream, allow the answers to come to you. Don't be in such a rush for things to happen, right? Let's take a look at some steps here. Let's look at some steps for deck choosers number 1. Let's see what we got. And one more time. Okay. I got another one I know I need to do too. All right, so we've got the Queen of Axes and the King of Axes reversed. All right. And we've got the Highwayman, which is our Hanged Man in traditional. Okay. So the Queen and the King of Axes. Think of this as, for those of you in a traditional swords. Okay. There's a time, like I said, to really use your mind to think through things. But right now where we're getting meditation dreams, allowing it to come in, allowing it to come in. And that's why we see these here overturned. There's this idea, I'm really big on like 90-day horizons, creating a plan and working the plan. Taurus loves that, by the way, and we're going to be in Taurus season, right? Creating a plan, working the plan. But sometimes this is how the plans come, guys, not through our own push thinking, right? We're getting them more intuitively. So allow that intuition to come, right? And it doesn't mean that a lot of times we get intuitive plans that we then know how to turn to be even more actionable when we put our minds to it. The thing is, don't start with the mind. Allow yourself to be transformed, right? Allow yourself to see things differently. We're going to see things differently through our dreams and meditation. Right, there's a little bit more I knew that I had. Let's go here. What other steps do we have? It sounds like this is a really big slowdown period for you guys. And when I say slow down, it doesn't mean your business stops, guys. No, that is not what Africa is saying. it just means it's give yourself the moment, the space to really think about what's going on in your business, right? To really look at what's happening around you. And so that you can come forward to serve more love, not from a hurried place, which is what often happens, but from a really beautiful, loving place where you're coming from a place that's more than full, right? Overflowing. Let's see what else we got here. A few more steps. We've got the Four of Cups. The Four of, we got a lot of fours here. Four of Cups, Four of Swords reversed, the King of Cups reversed, and the Four of Pentacles. What four is missing, right? We have one. Yes, we do have one missing. So let's look at what's going on here. So we got the Four of Cups. These are just more steps as you're going to take throughout the month of May. So here the Four of Cups, we've got some choices. And maybe, again, look at what you're being told, what's coming to you in the dreams. Because there's going to be some other choices, and they're not going to feel so great to you as a way to really come forth in more love. And there's going to be a choice presented. You've got to be ready for it. You already see what's in front of you now, and maybe that's not as appealing, or it just doesn't feel right, what have you. But there's another choice coming. Be ready for it. Don't be so in your own way, right? That's why I see you're in your own way of just not wanting to do anything. Like I said, Taurus means slow down. It does not mean stop completely. All right, so and then we have the Four of Swords here. And remember, fours in general are about stability, right? So we're almost building a foundation that we're going to move forward on. So here we have the Four of Swords, right? Where, again, what do we have here? This little trifecta here. We're setting aside all or most of the logic. We're waiting for the intuition to inform the logic. Right? That's all that's coming through here. We're waiting for the intuition to inform the logic. Waiting for the intuition to inform the logic. And then we can kick into place. Go and do the thing that needs to be done. Now we're over here with the King of Cups reversed. And that's really making sure that things are typically the King of Cups, when it's upright, means emotions and everything are totally under control. And in this case, again, I'm seeing it as instead of trying to control everything. And as business owners, we do try to control almost everything because this is how we sustain ourselves, right? So looking for ways to where you can let go. Looking for ways to where you can let things happen. And having faith they will turn out perfectly for you, deck choosers number one. That's really what I'm seeing here. Instead of controlling all of it. Okay? Sometimes we're in such desperate need to control everything that we end up taking really convoluted paths and we go down crazy bunny trails and all sorts of foolishness because we want to control that ride. Right? And when we control something, just think about this. When you have like a death grip on something, it's trying to get away any which way that it can. When you hold on very loosely, it kind of finds its way. It might get a little bit here and there, but it's going toward the direction that reason you rode on the thing in the first place. So don't have that death grip on emotions. Hold on loosely, okay? And then it'll pay off. You'll have that foundation that you need to keep going, to keep growing. Remember, this is a season of planting seeds. It's a season of bringing more love into the world. It's a season for slowing down, not stopping, right? Because we still have to, do our thing. We still need to make money. But all of that pays off. All of it pays off. And you have this really good foundation from which to grow. So whether that's how you transformed your business structure, your team, maybe adding more team. You had transformations internally, or you pivoted on how you're transforming your clients, right? Making this time to have that foundation in place, waiting for those dreams, that meditation to come through to develop the actionable plan will lead to a really firm foundation. All right, Debt Choosers number 1, remember, I release my need to be perfect. Oh, wow. And I center into my commitment to serve the world with more love. When you do that, all this comes into place. All right, with that, I say peace, joy, love to you. All right, Debt Choosers number 2. This is your May 2021 business energy reading. Let's go. This is your mantra for May. This is going to help carry you through. My happiness can be measured by my level of faith and love. My happiness can be measured by my level of faith and love. What a beautiful mantra. I typically take my mantras, write them down on sticky notes, stick them everywhere because I know that's what's going to carry me through it. My happiness can be measured by my level of faith and love. It's interesting, Debt Choosers number 1 also had something about love. So this is a beautiful theme for me in general. I want to start off with seeing what kind of archetypes that we can use May 2021, Debt Choosers number 2. We can use May 2021 that we can lean into to see what's going on with our business, where that business energy is, what we can expect, and how we can capitalize on what's going on, right? Let's see what's going on here. May 2021, Debt Choosers number 2. Thought we had something there. Child nature. Awesome. Light attributes. Friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. Shadow attributes. Tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. I love this. This is a great one to lean into, Debt Choosers number 2. Because it is about faith. It is about love. It is about joy when we're with animals. How does this relate to the business? That's what we're going to keep investigating. But leaning into nature, I'd be really curious. Let me know down in the comments how many of you chose deck 2, right? Have a business that has something to do with nature. Let me know. I'm very curious down in the comments. Okay, let's see what else. Here we go. This does feel really lightweight, Maybe some of you are going to get outside more. I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. For May 2021, business energy reading, Debt Choosers number 2. Goddess of creation. Yeah, there's a lot of nature themes here for you guys. Goddess creation, transformation, creativity, and wholeness. So this, for those of you in numerology, this is card number 7. There's a lot about transformation throughout May. And I really think it's because the energy of Taurus is coming on board and having us slow down, really be present, and really considering our own interactions. So think about your business and think about how it's really interacting with other people. How's that transformation happening? Are you helping people with their creativity? Are you helping them really, the beautiful thing about May in most areas is you can go outside. You can really reconnect with nature. So are you doing something where that reconnection can happen not just for you personally, but also for your clients? Are you showing them ways to reconnect with themselves and their own creativity? I'm very, very curious. This is an interesting theme coming up. What else do we have here for Debt Choosers number 2? May 2021. So we have here. For those of you who haven't been on my videos before, I have several decks around me, Oracle decks, Tarot decks, and I just pull from what calls me at the time. And so that's what I'm doing now. Okay, deck choosers number 2. Okay, we got a couple here. We've got 3. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Imbalance and practicality, full moon in Pisces. Lots of full moon energy here, so there's going to be a lot of releasing in the cards for you guys, deck choosers number 2. So let's just take another look at this. So we just came out of the season of Aries, right? We know Aries has a lot of energy behind it. And quite honestly, so does Sagittarius. So there's lots and lots of energy here. Of course, we're going to look at the bigger picture. We're looking at transformation. We're looking at how to reconnect. And we know this is coming to a head of some sort, right? With our fiery climax. But as it comes to a head, the beautiful thing about nature being here, it's a balance spiritually and practically, right? That's what the spiritually and practically. That's what nature really demonstrates for us on a daily basis. And this is what deck choosers number 2, you can demonstrate to your clients, right? You can have them really understand this balance of spirituality and practicality. I do this a lot in my own business, helping them balance the two to a greater end. So here, my happiness can be measured by the level of my faith and love. Sometimes it's toward happiness, sometimes it's toward love, sometimes it's toward greater transformations within others, right? But this is beautiful so far. So that also means, like I said earlier before, all these are full moons. That means there's a lot of release going on. So I would look to see, deck choosers number 2, what can you release in your business that isn't working? What can you release in your business that isn't working? Look at the bigger picture. See, I mean, like, if it means take a look at the numbers, take a look at the numbers, right? However, you need to know what isn't working. There might be some tension when you do this, when you let certain things go, or maybe even certain people go, but you're looking for that balance that's going to happen spiritually and practically. Let's see what the fairies have to say really quickly. Let's see what we got here. And then we'll go into some steps. Now, those are some pretty big steps. There's some releasing. Okay. What do we have here? Miracle healing. So if there's something in your business right now that isn't working, bigger picture, fiery climax, that the fairies are saying that miracle healing's coming. Once we release something, sometimes we have to release things. Just think of this in your own body. Sometimes toxins have to go, right? And when they do, you can renew yourself. It feels like a miracle. It's actually a very practical thing happening. It feels like a miracle healing. All right, let's look and see what we can get down for some steps here. Let's look at some steps. Because this looks really good. It looks like you're going to have a May that feels kind of light, but you're also releasing. And when we release things, don't they seem lighter? Doesn't the world seem lighter as we release things? Sometimes there is some sorrow in letting go, right? But it's going to aid our own transformation in our businesses. It's going to bring it into balance so that we can grow more, right? This time period is where you're planting those seeds that are really going to grow the rest of the year. I love that the 9 of Pentacles popped. Let's see if we can get one more step here. A couple more. Okay. We've got the 9 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, the Moon, and the 10 of Swords. Great, great, great. So, 9 of Pentacles, right? I was talking about planting the seeds so they can grow the rest of the year, and they're going to grow to a great harvest, right? Very Venetian there, isn't it? And we have the 3 of Pentacles, making the plans, working the plans, succeeding with the plans. Grow for the harvest. Make the plan to reap the harvest, right? Build whatever needs to be built by letting stuff go. Then we have the moon reversed, which means normally I like the moon upright because it's all about the shadows, right? I always think about the moon and the shadows. And here the moon is reversed, which means it's really quite sunny. It's shining on all the things that are wonderful and good about you, right? So take advantage of it. It might be deadening the shadows, so also be aware of that. So what in your business, if you didn't let something go, it's going to go and bury itself a little deeper. And when it pops back up later, it's not going to be pretty. So best to let all this stuff go, right? Let the sun shine on it brightly. Let it be sanitized, whatever you're letting go. Then over here you have the Ten of Swords reversed. Usually Ten of Swords upright is more like an ego death. It would mean like part of something that just had to be killed off, so to speak, in your business. But here it's reversed. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, deck choosers number 2, you can have something wonderful happen here, right? You can plant all the seeds. You can let everything go. You can plant the seeds. You can harvest those and it'll be wonderful. Or you can bury these things even deeper, not let them go, right? And then you're going to have trouble letting them go later. This is not what we want, right? We want to let things go so we can have our balance spiritually and practically so that we can grow and do even greater things. All right, let's see if we can get a little bit more about this. Let's see here. I have a few more questions. Let's see if they can get answered. Let's see. Around the moon being reversed and the Ten of Swords. What else can we learn? Whoops. About those. All right, what else can we learn about that moon and Ten of Swords? What else can we learn about that here? For deck choosers number 2. Here we go. All right. So yeah, King of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Four of Cups. So with this, like I said, this will bury you down deeper. And in order to come up from that, to really make the money that you want, you can't let that happen. Okay? It's going to lead to some issues that you're going to have locked down emotionally. So, I'm sorry, I'm kind of going through reading these guys. Deck choosers number 2. Here we go. These 2 cards, the moon reversed, the Ten of Swords reversed. When I'm trying to get deeper explanation on them, here we're going down this beautiful path of really things coming up roses, and they still can if we deal with these 2 things. More money to be made, really having, I don't like to say your emotions locked down, but knowing how to use your emotions for what needs to be done in your business, and or use your intuition, right? And it's building a good, stable foundation intuitively, right? The spiritual part for your business, right? Which really aids in always healing things in your business, right? So it doesn't have to be a very traumatic experience that could be being experienced by the Ten of Swords. It can just be something that flows. Everyone understands and everything works out well. All right, I feel like we need to choose one more card here. And this off for you, deck choosers number 2. Had a very interesting read. A lot of letting go, right? for that transformation, for being back in nature, for getting things into balance. Your happiness can be measured by your level of faith and love. I love that. So let go of the things you need to let go of in your business so you can really have a great harvest and do well. Not only financially, but also emotionally. The culture of your business will transform once you've done basically like the pruning that's being asked of up here. All right, so let's get this last card. Clarity. Clearing your mind brings you closer to your sacred inner wisdom. Clearing your mind brings you closer to your sacred inner wisdom. That's exactly how you're going to know what to release. All right, deck choosers number 2, that was your business energy reading for May 2021. And with that, I say peace, joy, love to you. All right, deck choosers number 3, this is your business energy reading for May 2021. Let's get to it. Here's your mantra. I trust that my gut reaction is the truth underneath the surface of my fears. I trust that my gut reaction is the truth underneath the surface of my fears. I'm looking forward to this being an interesting one, deck choosers number 3. And I want you to think about that in context of your business. As entrepreneurs, there's so many choices that we have to make rather quickly. Sometimes we don't get the time to really sit and think it through for days or weeks or whatever. We have to trust our intuition. And so right off the bat, guys, I'm going to say write this down, put it on sticky notes, stick it up everywhere. That's what I typically do with my mantras. And also get in touch with your gut, because that actually is your intuition for the most part. A lot of people like to think their intuition comes from their heart, or it comes from maybe their crown or their third eye, but most people say, I just had a gut feeling. We do have a lot of feeling in our gut. So get in touch with your intuition. That is where your truth lies. And really study and find where that is. If you have questions on how to do that, please reach out to me. We can go through a couple of exercises on how to get to that. It's going to be very important for you in May. Okay, let's see, deck choosers number 3, what kind of archetype we have here that's coming up that you can lean into for May. It just reminds me, guys, if you want, also hit me up in the comments. I have a PDF called 5 Fears That Hold Entrepreneurs Back. Hit me up for that if you're interested. In the comments, just comment, need the 5 fears or need the PDF, and I'll know what that means. And I'll get that over to you. Okay? All right. So what archetype we can lean into. So a lot of it is just learning how to turn those things around. Right? How to kind of rewrite them in our brains. Networker. I know right now as things are going on in the world, people aren't networking necessarily in person, but they're beginning to. And being a networker can still obviously happen online. I do a lot of networking online. But let's see what we have here. Light attributes. Enhances unity through the sharing of information. Engenders social awareness and empathy. Shadow attributes. Conveys information only for personal gain. Spreads fear and falsehoods. Look how fear popped up again. Right? A lot of time is fear. What did I had a friend who said, fear is false evidence appearing real. Right? There's a lot of falsehood associated with fear. Okay, so you want to make sure that you actually are seeing the absolute truth, capital T, truth behind something. So you're not living in the fear, right? We want to enhance unity through sharing of information and engendering social awareness and empathy. Empathy, that's huge. Huge, huge, huge. So what does this mean in our business? Right? When we're networking, we want to be able to freely give information that needs to be provided for people. We want to help people out socially, right? We want to, like it says, engender empathy. So I know most of you watching this channel, watching this video, are all about social justice and empathy. So this is not going to be a surprise to you. What it means for you and your business is maybe this is something you need to talk more about. Okay? Something you need to talk more about. All right, let's see what else we've got here for you guys. So lean into that networker thing. There's, it's getting warmer outside. More things are going to be happening. It just means you might need to network a little bit more. And really, like I said, lean into the social justice aspect, even within your business. Let people know what's going on. Be the brave one. Okay, here we go. Fire. For those of you in numerology, this is card number 15. Solaris Sublime. It is a beautiful card. 2 double dragons there, right? There's so much going on. And the Phoenix. So it's another card. I say another. I've had, through all 3 decks, right? Transformation has come up. Here, this is transformation in light of the Phoenix. Coming up again. So there's going to be some transformation, some changes going on with you in your business this month. I was kidding. I'm staying in a hotel and I was kidding with the staff downstairs. There's a new person. It was very busy. I'm like, ooh, trial by fire. Right? She's going to transform into the right person for the front desk, whether she liked it or not. But there is something about fire, transforming, transmutation, all of those things happening. So look in your business. Where do you just need to go all in? Even if it's scary. And allow that transformation to happen. Right? Where in your business are you holding back? Trial by fire. All right, what else do we have here? There we go. Deck choosers. Number 3. Definitely don't hold back. So many times, especially, we're a little spiritual, we're a little empathetic, maybe a little bit too empathetic at times. Or, empathetic, but not wanting to rock the boat. And sometimes you have to, as a business owner, to get to the next level, rock the boat a little bit. 7th house partners. Interesting. So this is card number 31 for those of you into numerology. 7th house partners. So, which is nice when you think about relationship, but when we're talking about business, we're talking about collaborations. We're talking about staff. So look where you need to go there. Who do you need to collaborate with? What staff members need to be moved into other positions? Or is it time to hire, right? Don't be afraid of trying something different. And some of you, when I say, or do you need to hire, some of you, this will be your first hire. Right? That this is the time of your first hire. And that can be a little daunting, no joke. But this is that time where you're establishing those partnerships so you have a foundation. You have team behind you, okay? So that you can scale, really scale and explode. All right. So let's look at some steps. What do we got here? For deck choosers number 3. What kind of steps do we have? We've got some really interesting stuff going on here for you guys, right? We're learning about intuition, trusting our gut, being honest about how we're talking to and working with people, maybe bringing on some new people or moving people around to bigger, better positions. and really diving in, right, to what's going on in our business. Right, that thing that we might be a little afraid to do, a little trial by fire. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Interesting, we got the Two of Wands reversed, the Magician reversed, the World upright, and the Six of Cups reversed. Sometimes it's hard for me to read those Roman numerals upside down. All right, so our Two of Wands reversed. So we're looking out, and we're not seeing everything. It's not like the world is our oyster yet. It's coming. We're kind of gotten a little hemmed under. The fire's kind of dampened down to do the thing, but here's the fire here. It's saying do it. Go in. Go whole hog. The Magician says, you know, normally upright, I'd say you had everything you needed at your fingertips. You don't. Isn't that scary? And you probably know, and that's why you haven't gone all in. And the world is saying, it's okay. Still go all in. Go all in, right? And do the thing, because it will come out just fine. The world will be your oyster. You will be able to do the things that you think you should be doing. And then we have here the Six of Cups reversed. I'm going to take a look at this. Yeah, upright, we're giving things. And reverse, there's a little bit of holding back. So it makes you a little nervous with the networker here. So I'm going to get some clarification on that one. And maybe it's a holding back on this piece about partnerships. So try not to hold back on the partnerships. Right? That's going to be really important for you in May to develop those partnerships. I see. Let me make sure. Let me go ahead and get this clarified. But I think this has to do, my loves, with money. But let's see how that money is going to flow between you and your partners. Because there's got to be trust that's developed. And it's almost like if you're doing collabs, there's issues around trust. And the same thing with staff members. Trust has to be developed, or trust was broken at some point. And so we've got to see what this is about. Let's see what we've got here. Some clarification on the Six of Cups for deck choosers number 3. Yeah. So yeah, we've got the Fool reversed, and we've got the Two of Pentacles reversed. This is about trust, right? The Fool steps out on faith every single time. And here there's that desire not to, and the Two of Pentacles, same thing around money. So make sure whomever you decide to work with, the world will be your oyster. You're going to come out ahead. Okay, so I don't want to dissuade you there. But here it's saying, if you go into a collaboration, some kind of partnership with a collaboration with another person, or new staff, old staff, moving them around, just make sure the trust is there, right? Make sure there's not squabbling. This is like squabbling around money. It's not like losing money. It's squabbling around money. Okay? And what makes it to where the squabbling doesn't happen is if you develop the trust first. You know, just like when we're working with clients, we have to have a know, like, trust factor, right? If that's messing with staff, with contractors, with collaborators, it's a problem. So make sure to get that handled. All right, what else do we have for deck choosers number 3? Let me see over here. A few more things I want to leave deck choosers number 3 with. There's a lot in here. A lot of GC stuff for you guys. Learning to lean into your intuition, to really talk about social justice, finding the right people to collaborate with or hire, or moving people around the right positions, and being willing to take the plunge, because it is going to work out. Okay? Enlightenment, wisdom, and transformation. All right, deck choosers number 3, enlightenment. Enlightenment will unearth your higher consciousness, right? That is so important for digging into that intuition. Wisdom, your divine inner wisdom is always available to you. Did I hear intuition again? Yeah. The transformation we were talking about, transformations come up in all 3 readings, one way or another. Here more subtly and there more profoundly. Right? Transformation, the process of self-transformation will open your eyes to the timeless truth of yourself. So, do that inner work. And I'm gonna leave you guys with this, deck choosers number 3. When you do the inner work, when you really get in touch with your own intuition, it prevents crazy, wacky things from happening in your business. I see it all the time. You know, clients will be things will be going great in their business, and then it's because they have their own internal work that needs to be done that has not been done, right? Weird things start popping up in their business, so it mirrors back to them the stuff that they need to work on. So do the work, right? Unearth your higher consciousness. Know that that internal wisdom is always available to you. Your gut reaction, your gut, right? Do the transformational inner work. And all this will come together. And you won't have as big of an issue over here, right? Because the right people will come to you. You have to know that. All right, deck choosers number 3, that is what I have for you for your May 2021 business energy reading. Until we engage again, peace, joy, love to you.